In today's video, we're going to be going over the new air vehicles coming in the Royale update. All right, guys, here we have the first vehicle, the U.S. tree, the BF2C-1 Goshock. This is the new, one of the new reserve vehicles they're adding for the U.S. tree. It's not here to replace the P shooter, but the P26, but it's there to supplement, to kind of help it out. It's a battle rating 1.0. It has two of the 7.62 Browning machine guns. It turns pretty well, and it's relatively fast for its BR, I guess, at 248 miles an hour. These are miles an hour. Normally I do kilometers an hour, so I might flip those back and forth. But it is fast and fast-ish, and it should be interesting. I flew it a little bit in the dev server, and it was a fun vehicle to zoom around in. The next thing being added to the U.S. tree is, no surprise to any of y'all, the F14B Tomcat. This is a top-of-the-line, battle rating 12.0, rank 8 vehicle. It does have the 20mm cannon. It shows max speed of 1,353 miles per hour. It's got better acceleration than the previous, 14A. And yeah, we'll show you where it sits at the tech tree, directly underneath the F14A early. Here are all the things that are going to be available with it as well. You have 9Ls, quite a few. You also have the 54C, the 54A. You also have some F7Ms. If you have want some drop bombs, you can do those. The Mark 82 Air, I assume those are the new kind of parachute bombs that they have coming in, as well as some targeting pods, that you can use to drop smart bombs and things like that. So, and some Zuni rockets at the very bottom if you want to see those. Coming to the German tree. This is the Su-22 M4. It's considered a strike aircraft at 11.0 battle rating and rank 7. So it does have a pair of 30mm machine guns, 160 rounds, so 80 rounds apiece. It is relatively fast. I haven't used it, but here's where it sits in the tree, directly under the Su-22 UM3K. This is how many chaff. It does have access to 256 countermeasures, which is nice, especially for interceptor. These are all the vehicles that it has. It does have access to, it looks like 6 R60 MKs at once, which is, I guess, going to make it easier to play. I don't know exactly what. I don't have the full modifications window, which is unfortunate. But it does have access to a bunch of 23mm cannons as well, if you want to enter cannon pods, and then a bunch of bombs and those, missiles you saw up top. You can also throw in what looks like bombs along with the six R60s as well, so that'll be nice to have. You also have, coming into the Russian tree, again, no surprise to anybody, the Su-25T. This is a relatively controversial plane coming into the game. Not necessarily this one, it's the premium version, we'll see in a second, but before we go there, though, I was going to show you where it sits. It sits 11.3 directly underneath the Su-25 that is currently in the game. So it does also have access to 192 countermeasures. And again, here we're at the Su-39, which is the export version of the Su-25T, and most of the stats should be basically the same. You do have access to 2 R60 air-to-air missiles, 30mm pod, access to the 30mm cannon. You also have access to the R60 air-to-air missiles. This is where it sits in the tree, which is, again, you can see to the right there, right in the same BR as the MiG-23ML. Which is already a great jet to have if you don't have it already. These are all of the things that come with the missile. So you'll see those 9K121 Vickers down there. Those are going to be the most controversial thing. We'll see how this affects the game overall. We got a little bit of testing to do again, there'll be a lot of YouTubers testing this out. So anyways, this is the amount of chaff. You still have the 192 countermeasures. And it has access to so much as far as, everything. It has access to literally everything. So it's got the Copio radar pod, which also gives you the standard 2 R60Ms, and then access to a bunch of the SKO rockets. Sorry, the S8KO rockets. And they also have the Vickers, the 16 that you can mount down there, the cannon pods, if you want to add those. Like I said, it has access to basically all the things. It's one of the most advanced vehicles in the game right now as far as access to missiles and countermeasures and cast things. For the Chinese tree, you've got the J8F. This is as a 23mm Type 23-3 cannon. It is an interceptor as well, though I believe it turns relatively well, but it loses speed very quickly. This is where it sits in the tree. It sits right after the J8B. Here is its tree. It has access to the PL5B, the PL8, and they might have taken out the PL11. This may be an old picture. We'll see this week when they release it, but I don't think it has access to PL11. It has access to 64 large caliber countermeasures, and here is all of the things in here if you want to look at them. It has access to PL8s, the PL5s, and the PL5Bs, which make it very, very crappy to do the initial grind, but that is the way it is. We have the Tornado 80F. This is the fighter variant of the Tornado that's available now in the Italian tree. It has access to 2 drop tanks as well as a 27mm Mauser BK-27. It is very quick at 1,423 kilometers. Obviously, in atmosphere versus out of atmosphere, it's going to fly very different. Here's where it sits in the tree, directly under the G91YS. Now, again, you'll need to, research the other 2 planes to get it, but you will have access to it. So here's the modifications window here, and again, it shows you have access to the 9L, the Skyflash Super Temp. Here's the countermeasures. You got 32 countermeasures, which is not that much compared to what a lot of these planes in the same BR have, but be glad you have them, I guess. So here is what you have as far as availability. You have, access to the 9Ls. You also have access to the center-mounted Sky Flashes, so you can run 6 missiles at once, which is pretty cool. So a surprising addition was a Lancaster MR7 to the French tree. I know a lot of you just went, whoa, wait, what? I'm sorry to tell you it does not have access to 4,000, 8,000, or 12,000 pound bombs. But it should still be pretty nice to wedge between the PB4Y2 and that SO4050 Tour. So here it is on what you have available. You got the turrets, and then you've got the 1 missile unlock you need to do, or bomb unlock you need to do. It does have access to 6 1,000 pound bombs as well as 3 250, which is cool, and it'll be effective. It's just, again, that 12,000 pound bomb's so fun to drop. Here you have access to France's Mirage 2005F. Also has drop tank and a 30mm dual cannon. It sits directly under the Mirage 2000C S5. Here is all of the things you have access to. You have access to quite a few different missiles. Obviously, you're going to have to grind through all of these before you get to the ones you want, but that is not surprising. 90 countermeasures, and then you have the Matra Supers there, as well as the Magic 2s that will take forever to unlock, but you'll get there. I've got faith in you. Drop tanks, obviously, have access to bombs as well, and some targeting pods with some guided bombs. Here you have the AJ-S37 Viggen. I've got some friends who play a lot of top tier, and they say this honestly seems worse than the 10.3 Viggen that's currently in the game. I haven't played it. I can't tell you for sure, so hopefully that's not true, because that'd be sad. But it does have access to the RB-24J air-to-air missiles, as well as the dual, 30mm ACAN M55 cannon with 150 rounds apiece. That's pretty good. It sits directly under the AJ-37. What all you have access to. The RB-75s are going to take a while to get there, as well as the RB-74s, but when you do, hopefully they'll get a pretty big addition. Here is the secondary weapon list you have. So you do have access to flares, but it looks like they're going to be taking a slot for missiles. So that is unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, but that's the way some of these planes work out. So the last thing we're at here is the PBY-5A Catalina Late. This is a premium variant of the Catalina, the US tree. It is rank 1, 1.7. I don't remember the price, but it's not terribly expensive. I still don't know if I'd buy it though. Bombers trying to use those is in naval matches they're not great. I don't know how good this thing will be at later rounds. I know it still has access to the 16 100-pound bombs, and but that's about it. And yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, it's nice to have. I'll probably own it because French Navy. And that's it, guys, for this video. We do have another video coming out for naval as well. We should already have a ground video like this up right now. But before you go anywhere, we're gonna recommend videos right over here. So go watch those if you'd like. I appreciate you being here, and I'm really sure we'll catch you in the new video. Don't be assholes, and love y'all. Be good. I appreciate you being here. My name is Lance, and I love you. I love you so much. Oh my God. Oh, I'm tired.